Okay, so this is part two of the 4/5 month update. And I had left off with physical effects. Um, Now I'll move on to other things and hopefully try to make this as painless as possible. Alright, so I've sort of started packing, but not really. When I say not really, I mean I have a stand to pee device, but it doesn't go in my pants, and you'll see why in a second. But basically, I bought this at it was a sex store, and um, I'm assuming they had it for FTMs, but it's basically you can buy it at an outdoor store. It's for camping. It's made for women who go camping and have to use the woods, but basically brief thing. If you don't know how to use it, basically let's say this is your body, and then obviously you got to get it up underneath enough, but to be able to pee correctly. And I will tell you that I did pee on myself on my pants the first time I used it because I didn't get it far enough back. So that's one thing. If you don't get it far enough back, then you will obviously pee on yourself. So there's that. But in reference to the Packers, before I said I wasn't gonna pack because it didn't seem real. It took away from the effect and yada yada yada. I've kind of changed my mind on that. Now after having that, I've decided I want to get a stand to pee packer at least, to be able to pee other than inside a private urinal. So I am gonna eventually get one of those. I thought about getting bottom surgery. I know in the beginning I said I wasn't gonna get it because of the too many health risks, which I'm not gonna get it now. I had thought about it seriously about a month ago. Well, it'll be 2 months now, but I did think about it seriously then, contemplating it. But after discussing it with my girlfriend, I'm a highly sexual person, and what if there's that off chance of it doesn't have a success and I don't have any more feeling and this and that? I don't think I'm willing to take that risk, and it's financially expensive. The doctor that I had found at the University of Chicago, which there was I'm a member of a trans guy surgery website. There was a guy who actually did have his surgery performed from a doctor at University of Chicago, and I have to say his penis looked the most realistic and close to actual size and whatnot that I've seen, out of a lot of pictures of guys that have had phalloplasties. So, in that aspect, um, it was very realistic. But, like I said, I've decided to put that on hold and probably not going to do it. Not saying that I won't try to get some other little, oh, I say minor, it's not minor, but some other surgery that I would be happy with. I mean, am going to definitely get the top surgery. Other than that, that remains to be seen. Other surgeries, I mean. I have thought about doing the urectomy and the histo, but I don't know if I can do those now because I kind of screwed myself with my insurance. I got excited and changed my gender marker on my insurance a couple months ago, and then recently, the more I got to think about it and the more I saw on a group I'm a member of, they were saying don't change your gender marker yet because your insurance won't pay for it. And I'm like, oh shit. So there's got to be some loophole somewhere out there. But in reference to talking about my insurance, along with that, I had to go, I think it was a couple months ago, since I drive a truck, and per the Department of Transportation regulations, you have to have a DOT physical. I think it's every 3 years, but my physical had my old name on it, so I had to go get a new one to show my new name. So I went there and had that done, but a cool part about it was when I went there, I showed them all my paperwork about being trans, and they made copies and whatnot. And I thought they would tell the doctor that I was trans just so, you know, wouldn't have to go through the uncomfortable silence after I told him I was trans. Um, but they ended up not telling him, and he got to the part of the physical where he's got to check for a hernia, and at this point he has no clue that I'm not a guy, even though he had checked my stomach and I laid on my back. I thought for sure at that point, when he was feeling around up here and stuff, he'd figure it out, but no. But so when he goes to do the check for the hernia, I'm like, yeah, about that. I'm actually transgendered, and I don't have those parts. He's like, oh, okay, well then we don't need to do that. So put your clothes back on and you'll be good to go. So I thought that was pretty cool. For the most part, people that I've come across that have discovered that I'm trans have been really cool about it. Especially the guys at work. I told two more guys at work. One being he's about in the same ranks as my boss. He's actually in charge of the techs at our office, and it all got started because the conversation got started because he had made a mention of my name had changed in the computer system, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to tell him that I was trans. So he has his own office, and I asked him if he minded me closing the door, and he said sure, no problem. So I said, the reason why my name has changed is because I don't know if you would know what this term means, but I'm transgendered. He's like, oh yeah, I know what that means. He's like, ah, cool. If you know this guy, you would crack up because he's highly intelligent, but he's highly intelligent in that nerdy sort of way. But he's a super nice guy. But he was cool about it, and I told him that since I've gotten further in my transition, I wanted to start going by male pronouns, and he said, sure, no problem. He apologized for, if he slips up, but I said, no big deal, it's to be expected. I'll just try to help you remind you. The other guy I told, he works in our warehouse. His name's Lou. He's a really cool cat. From what I gather with him, he goes to church and he doesn't really cuss too much, and I've been holding off on telling him that I was trans. But that same day I told the other guy. I ended up telling Lou because one of my guy friends that works there too, his name's Sean, him and I are kind of close, but he was making a joke about something. I can't remember what now, but I asked him if he had made any mention to Lou about me being trans, and he said no. I was waiting for you to tell him, so I took that opportunity and told him, and he actually took it really well too. But I guess the moral of the story is don't judge a book by its cover, because people surprise you, and I have to say a lot of people at my work have surprised me. Sorry. But I know there are stories of guys out there who it hasn't gone well for them at work, and I know I'm blessed in the aspect that my experiences thus far have went really well. Even with my family, they're still not saying he or Chris, anything like that, but I'm hoping in time in the future that they'll come around. But I gotta stop this video for now. I guess I'll make a part 3, and hopefully that'll wrap it up.